Hi, my name is James Dean. I'm a solo acoustic looping artist from Yankton, South Dakota. Just like to go through some of my gear with you and lay down a loop for you to check out what I'm all about. So down here on my pedal board, we'll start at the top corner here. I've got a big brown box, which is basically a mixer channel. So I can control my EQ and my volume and my presence, all going out just out of my pedal board here, so everything sounds the way I want before it reaches a soundboard or a sound system. As we work our way to my right, your left, we have a red pedal here, which is a reverb pedal. That pedal basically gives it the sound of a bigger room. So right now I have it set flat. If I just turn this up, I'm going to get more of a room sound. So that's what that pedal's all about. As we work our way across here, the orange pedal is what's called a phaser, and this basically oscillates the signal. So with the phaser kicked in, sounds like that. You can also increase the tempo of the phaser. But for what I'm doing today, I'm just going to have that at the lowest setting. And the pedal next to that, the black one, is called a volume swell pedal or a volume pedal, and that basically swells the volume as you play the guitar. Next to that, I have what's called a boost pedal, and that obviously just boosts the signal. So without it, with it, just gives a little more volume. As I work to the next row of pedals, I have a yellow pedal here, which is also a looper, but I have all my samples stored in this looper. So if I click this,
the universe is the game of the self.
And then the oblivion button turns that off. As I work my way across, we have a blue pedal here, which is a delay pedal. Obviously that gives kind of an echo sound. So when I switch this on and I hold it down, I can scrape my strings to the desired tempo that I'd like, and the pedal will respond accordingly. As I work my way to the next pedal, this is what's called a Tremolo Pedal, and this cuts the volume on and off. This was very popular in the 60s with surf bands. It sounds like this. As I work my way to the next pedal, this is basically a pitch shifter, which shifts the pitch of the strings either higher or lower. In this case, I'm going to be using this to make a bass sound on my guitar. So without it, with it, get that nice bass tone. And then next to that is what's called a compressor. Basically, the compressor is going to make the sustain of the note that I play a little bit longer and a little more present. So without it, with it, a little more sustain, a little more presence. Very subtle, but very effective. And finally, the silver pedal on the end is going to control either the guitar or when I go to my drum pad. And that is my drum pad here. I have, each of these pads can be assigned different sounds. In this case, for what I'm doing today, I have a kick drum on this one, a rim shot snare on that, and a shaker, which I'll be using for this song today. And when we finally go down to the floor, this Boomerang phrase sampler is the main vein of everything that I'm doing here, and allows me to loop things, loop multiple things. Basically, this is 3 loopers in one, and a looper is basically allows you to record a part and then have it played back. So this is set up, or can be set up in many different ways, but the way I've got it set up today is basically loop 3 here, 1, 2, 3, is going to be my master loop, and I'll put the drums on that. And basically the other 2 loops will be the same length or multiples of the length of the master track, which is loop 3. So I'll have my drums on that, and then I'll put my verse and chorus parts on number 1 and 2. The other 2 buttons here on the looper are assignable for a number of different options. The ones that I have set up for this today on this bottom button here are erase and stack. Stack basically is like an overdub, so I can put more parts on top of a particular loop. The top button here is set to play and stop all. So I can either set that to, when I kick it on, it'll stop everything, or when I kick it on again, it'll start everything back up, which I'll use. It can also be set to fade, which you'll see me come down towards the end of the song and switch that setting to fade, so I can fade out the end of the song. The other function of that particular button is an undo function, so if I were happen to make a mistake or wanted to redo something, I could erase what I had just played and redo it. So I think that's pretty much a rundown of my rig. We'll go ahead and get some drums going on loop 3 and get this song going. So. Now I'll lay the shaker down. And I will lay bass down on loop 1. Get ready to lay bass on loop 2. Now I'm going to stack a guitar part on loop 1. Stack a guitar part on loop 2. Now I'll turn the Tremolo Pedal on. Stack a Tremolo guitar part on loop 1. Now I have my foundation set for the rest of the song. Adjust my delay. And use my wah pedal to put down a vocal melody. Back to the chorus. Back to the verse. Back to the chorus. Now, solo. Now I'm going to stop all. my
The
sample.
universe is the game of the self, which plays hide and seek forever and ever. When it plays hide, it plays it so well,
Bring the drums back
hides
in.
so cleverly, that it pretends to be all of us and all things whatsoever, and we don't know it because it's playing hide. But when it plays seek, it enters onto a path
Stop all.
of yoga, and through following this path, it wakes
Start
up,
all.
and the scales fall from one's eyes.
I'll stack this part. I'm going to set it to fade.
The universe is the game.
Set my delay. And do a little outro solo. Fade. All right, and there you got a loop. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. You can check the links below for a full version of this song and to check out my Facebook site and otherwise. Thank you very much.